Best thing about seeing a movie by myself, nobody here. This is why you watch a movie, wait a couple of weeks after it comes out. You'll get the theater to yourself. Yeah. I'm gonna get hats. So let's try this one. Yeah? I'm too tall for the mirror. Ew. Slick. Oh my god, these look evil. Oh my god. Red velvet, Chips Ahoy. I got me a hat. I don't know why I do that. I just feel like no. Now I gotta do my review of Sing. Oh my gosh, this cookie is so good. Oh. Alright, let's go to the review. Hey everybody! Today we're going to review a new Illumination Studios movie called Sing. And this one stars Matthew McConaughey, Reese Witherspoon, Seth MacFarlane, Scarlett Johansson, John C. Reilly, Taron Egerton, Tori Kelly, and a whole bunch of other people that do smaller characters. It's directed by Christoph Lord-Ellet. I hope I pronounced that right. And Garth Jennings, who is also the writer of this movie. And Garth did the voice of one of my favorite side characters, Miss Crawley, who was she was like his assistant. Matthew McConaughey, or Buster Moon, the main character, was his assistant. And she was this old lizard. And some of the biggest laughs that I had were things that she had done in the movie. So I really liked her. The movie itself, I was worried about going in. I knew it was a kid's movie, so I went in with the, thinking this is a kid's movie, don't get super harsh on it. But I'm not a big fan of those reality shows or the contest shows. I like watching on YouTube later some of the big moments, like someone that was really good that no one expected it. But I don't want to watch a bunch of people get shamed or feel embarrassed or do a bad job. I find that cringeworthy. I don't really want to watch that, and that's what half the show ends up being. And then it just becomes a popularity contest. So I don't watch those shows. So I was hesitant going into this movie, just because I didn't want it to be like that, and I didn't want the beginning of the movie to be a whole bunch of embarrassing shaming of people that didn't make it. My fears were laid to rest right in the beginning as they started doing the auditions. They were funny. Some of them weren't great, but they weren't shaming anybody. It was more of just like, yeah, no, but it was funny. And they did it very well. Now, ensemble casts can sometimes be a hard movie to make if you have too many main characters, because things get muddled, nobody gets their time, and the story gets bogged down by having to do characterization for an immense amount of characters, and then you don't have a story. So it makes sense that they would do a simple story, just this contest. It's an easy reason to get everybody to one place that's not questioned, and your characters have to go with training for this big concert event. Kind of like a Rocky story, you've got your training montage and all that kind of jazz. But it's a simple story to be able to have a large cast. And what they did in the beginning with how they introduced their characters, I thought was really smart. You're first introduced to Buster Moon, which Matthew McConaughey did a great job as him. I had to listen hard to be able to hear Matthew McConaughey's voice. It wasn't his normal accent. And so he sounded like he was having so much fun during the movie, and you could hear it in his performance. And it comes across on screen. I was having fun because they were having fun. Buster Moon ends up leaving the theater. He's avoiding creditors and the people that work on the stage crew. Their checks bounce, so he's got no money. He's trying to avoid everybody, and he leaves. And as soon as he leaves, the camera goes to another part of the city, and you see another character where they're from, and then it goes to another part of the city and another part of the city. And they introduced every character in the setting where they lived, or where they were with most other characters that were involved in their storyline, of family members or friends or whatever. And you got a great idea of what that character was like in a very short period of time. So they set up the characters really fast, but it worked. It wasn't like the Suicide Squad where you had to put up their name and then list out their attributes. You didn't have to do that. Because of how they were traveling from parts of the city and giving you a short glimpse of their life, it set the characters up for when they come together, you know them already. So we had some really great characters set up right in the beginning, very quick, and you get right into the storyline. However, I did think there were still too many main characters. Some of them did not get the time that they should have, and so their characters, although interesting, you didn't really get too much from them. And I liked all the characters, but I wasn't rooting for them as much as I thought I should have by the end of the movie. Maybe if one or two characters got more time so that you were rooting for them specifically. Maybe the way that they had it to where the person that is at the end of the concert you would root for the most. So they should have had more maybe characterization with those characters and keep it to a core 3 or 4, and then having main characters that weren't part of the core, and then your side characters, instead of trying to make all of them your core characters. I don't know, but it still worked. I mean, it's a kids movie. You can't really overanalyze a kids movie. Do the kids like it? I was in the theater by myself, and then right before the movie started, a mother with 2 kids walked in. And my first thought was, dang it, I don't get the theater to myself. But the kids were perfectly well behaved. They were awesome. They laughed at the right spots. I could hear them and know what parts of the movie were hitting them along with me. So in a way, they helped me. They helped me figure out, okay, the kids love this part more than I do, but I think I found this part more funny than they did. And the kids seem to love it. And if the kids love it, that means it's a good movie. Now, I don't think it's the best movie out there. I think Zootopia was a much better movie. But I do like Sing. So I'm going to give Sing a B+. Woo, B+. Thank you for watching my review of Sing. And if you want, go over and hit that notifications bell so that you can get notifications of when new videos come out. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on this movie. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you on the next video.